happening again. It's just this was
A couple months ago, there was a massive story that blew up and became more popular and more well known than the Bible for like a week or two.
more than the
It was a
Bible.
police cheating scandal where a woman was accused of
Oh
cheating on her
yeah,
husband with
I can
multiple
remember that.
officers on the force, and they were going hog wild at like the headquarters while
Yeah,
on duty, at the
apa yang
gym,
Chris Copat
also
emang
having girls gone wild style hot tub parties or something. You would have been hard pressed to find a location they weren't having sex in. There was more DNA throughout that
please.
headquarters than at a goddamn sperm bank. You could have cloned all of the officers with all of that. I bet if you
Glazing.
brought a black light to the headquarters, you would have had that shit lit up like it was a game of Splatoon. And she kind of became the face of cheating for a little while, like the mascot for extramarital affairs. This story actually had a
Her
pretty big plot
husband.
twist not too long ago where she came out and said that
Oh,
everything isn't as it appears. She was actually groomed into it and forced into it. I don't
really?
think there's been any updates since that statement came out, but that's kind of
Okay.
where the story's
Okay.
at. And now the same thing is happening yet again at a
Her
different
husband forgive that or
department. It really
something.
seems like police headquarters are like frat
Again.
houses at this point. So let's go over this news story where a
This is different
911
pasal.
dispatcher is accused of sexting with 7 men and having an affair with at least 2 of them. And some of the
Jeez.
text messages have been released, and holy shit, the amount of refined, pure cringe is admirable. Just to give you the quick and dirty, a 911 dispatcher has been caught sexting 7 other officers while being married herself. Some of the officers are also married, so it's a big, wild, wacky web of cheating that's unfolded here.
Yes.
And 3 of them
Oh,
are
they
being
got
put up
again.
for potential termination as a result of all of this. It's still unclear if a lot of the affairs and all of that shit were happening while on duty, like on the clock, though it does appear to be the case
It is
occasionally. So, definitely a not
taxpayer
great
money's used.
situation here. So now let's dive in and take a closer look at what's been said and exactly what was going on.
According to Sheriff Javier Salazar, the employees deny having sex or doing anything inappropriate while on duty. However, 2 spouses who shared the texts with Internal Affairs and with News 4 claim the messages show otherwise.
The shamelessness to not only cheat but then deny that it happened in the face of overwhelming evidence is almost comical. It'd be like me trying to deny that I'm 5'6", or trying to say that my cat
Okay.
Io isn't the cutest goddamn thing in the world when you can clearly see that not only is she the cutest cat in the world, but I'm 5'6". There's no getting around that fact.
Nice
There's just
script.
not a whole lot of wiggle room for this to be some kind of misunderstanding or a lie, because the spouses are the ones that came forward with all of the information and all of the text messages, which is a heartbreaking betrayal, but it is pretty much put in the books as a fact that the sexting is real, as are the affairs. So I believe they're trying to like now
Trying to
deny
deny
that it
now.
happened on duty as opposed to just denying that it happened in general.
Overnight 911 dispatcher Crystal Perez has been placed on unpaid administrative leave, along with Bexar County Sheriff Sergeant Ronaldo Salinas and Deputy Juan Leal. All 3 have received notices of proposed termination.
So it seems the only thing Crystal was dispatching was officers to her pussy. She was reporting
Okay.
a vaginal emergency, and luckily the boys in blue knew exactly how to solve this problem. With penis. Fucking heroes. Now, she was sexting with about 5 other officers, but these 2 are the ones that are kind of in the hot seat at the moment because they believe the behavior was
What's
so
it?
egregious
Okay.
that they need to take disciplinary action against those 2, as well as, of course, Crystal herself.
Many of the texts are too explicit for us to share.
But just explicit enough for me to share. I like that. That's how you make me feel. Not sure how it is for you. I feel so hot
Okay.
and sexy when I'm in you. Also kind of blundered the spelling on you there, because I'm pretty sure he's typing with one hand. Fuck yeah, you do. I can feel it. All of it. And I love it. I understand that it's always laughable looking at someone's sexting. It's one of those things that is always going to be just fucking goofy. But this feels like a whole nother level of embarrassing. Like, just the way that it starts there. I feel so hot and sexy when I'm in you. Brother, what
Urban
kind of
sister.
emotional Twilight level shit is that? What? When I'm inside your warm crevice, I feel like such a man. Like, I almost expected him to start, like, trauma dumping right after that. Like, prior to your moist hole, the only thing that I would get inside was the couch cushions, and you fill me with so much more purpose down there. And then her response is just as fucking silly. I can feel it. All of it. Yeah, I hope so. I fucking hope so. I hope you're not just numb. And I hope my cock isn't so goddamn skinny and small that you wouldn't even know it's there. Yeah, I fucking hope you would be able to feel it. We need another hotel day. Yes, with like 1,000 exclamation points. Non-stop for as long as possible. When do you go back to nights?
What is this
Friday. So they're looking at non-stopping on this one. This is going to be non-stop nutting on a hotel day, I guess. So that way they could both feel so hot and sexy. Of course, I can't wait for more time to open up so I can fill us in. More like have them fill you in. Am I right, Crystal? Yes, baby. I can't wait. And then I can lay on you and kiss you all over. Like, all over? Caps lock? Duh. It actually seems like I'm reading some kind of high school fanfic. Like, this is so bad. This is a 38-year-old woman or something like that, and the other officers aren't much younger, and they're texting like this. Yeah, I was almost expecting the next set of messages to start with, Crystal, I like you. And then she'd be like, alright, I'm booking a hotel so you can fuck me silly. That was so romantic. I can't wait for us to be naked and us caressing each other, then kissing each other all over. Caps lock again. He's just really blown away with the all over statement. Like his mind has gone fucking blank. He's like a cartoon character. His like eyes have popped out of his head going, awooga. And then she says, fuck yes. And then on Tuesday, thinking of my daddy and this kisses. And then on Thursday, she sends I don't know what that is, a picture of a mobile game high score. I'm not really sure. But she also kind of gets ghosted there. She sends some shit on Tuesday about thinking about daddy, and he just doesn't even reply. He's probably too busy with his wife and kids to reply in time, but yeah.
I can't wait for us to be naked and us caressing each other and then kissing each other all over. Perez, expletive, yes.
She just loved my life, and it was very distraught. Heartbreaking. I was in disbelief.
I really feel horrible for her husband as well as the other spouses of the officers involved. That's just the ultimate betrayal. That shit absolutely fucking sucks. And he's having a very normal reaction to it, heartbreak, talking about how difficult this whole situation has been. So he learned from the text messages that his wife is not only a cheater but also cringe. And there's really no fixing this kind of situation for a marriage, so I imagine a divorce is on its way.
The dispatcher's husband, Giancarlo Perez, discovered texts between his wife and 6 sheriff's deputies, plus a City of Converse police officer. In December, he gave them to Internal Affairs, and an investigation was opened.
They use emojis to reference body parts, and they would talk about, kissing.
I miss your lips. My lips miss you. What the fuck? Like, all of these officers just keep saying, like they're talking to fucking Minecraft villagers or something. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this isn't even like sexting anymore. This is like actually AI trying to flirt with other AI. I don't understand.
Making out and all these, like I said, just sexual connections.
But during the week, I'm gonna be checked to see if I can meet you for a smooches. Like, daily going to check. So if there is a day no good, better to say something now. You remember those Facebook posts from people, like, horny posting on Facebook, like, bitch lasagna, pussy make cock go woohoo, like that kind of shit? That is actually the same energy that these sex messages have.
Perez took screenshots of the text from his wife's phone, and many of the timestamps are missing, so it's not clear.
Oh boy, we're getting inundated with text now. It's coming from all angles. So some of these we've already gone over, but let's look at the continuation from the Miss Your Lips here. I can't quite see the green messages, but the other one is, good morning, I'm rolled up like a burrito. She says something with a kissing emoji, so probably just more smooches. And he once again says, Jesus fucking Christ, she's communicating with a man who's undergone a lobotomy. Underneath that, Next set of messages, again, I can't really read the green
I
ones,
can't see
but the
the
message
green.
says, I know, I need that grown woman love. And then I can read this one. She says, oh, I want to give it to you. And then kissing emoji again, I guess. So then we go off to the right here. I want you lips, smooch, in my face. And he says, I am the hunted. Feel
What?
like the main actor in one of those Predator movies.
Predator?
What is happening? This isn't sexting. What is going on? I need that grown woman love. What? And then the
Predator?
out of fucking nowhere starts getting her with a
Is it from the
Shakespearean
movie or-
monologue. I am the hunted. Feel like the main character in one of those Predator movies in response to her talking about giving him kisses. What is going on? I am the hunted. I am the night. I am the
Is it
shadow
Gomala?
within the shadow. You can't find me. I am Gotham's protector. It's Dark Knight.
Here if the texters were on duty. But in one thread on a Friday night at 10:20 p.m., Sergeant Salinas tells dispatcher Perez, I get off at midnight. Came in early.
Very hard for me to read.
It really does seem like some of this cheating happened while they were on duty, which is, of course, a big no-no, and what had led to a
Yes,
lot of the
okay.
officers being fired in the last police cheating scandal. Like, the cheating is bad, and it's made even worse when they're supposed to be working and on the job.
I can imagine.
Jessica Jarvis
this
is
is
now
question.
divorcing a
Oh, tax
fourth
money.
sheriff's employee who is being disciplined. Investigator Jason Jarvis received a proposed suspension of 30 days.
These are people that are supposed to be protecting us, supposed to be serving,
Yeah.
you know, and making sure the community is safe.
To be fair, these officers still were serving up a cock meat sandwich right to Crystal's mouth,
Okay.
giving her that hot dog with extra wiener on it. Now, being completely honest, I really am wishing her the best with this divorce. Divorce is absolutely the right call. I know it's not going to be easy or anything, but she is making the right decision.
While details of the investigation remain secret, it does not appear anyone broke the law, but those disciplined allegedly violated sheriff's office policies.
Certainly the case is being taken seriously, and quite frankly, I believe it's quite possible that some people are going to lose their career as a result of this.
So while no laws were broken, this is still very heavily frowned upon. Not just at, like, police work, but any work. Fucking on the job is always going to usually lead to a termination or, at the very least, some kind of disciplinary action like, hey, maybe don't do that. So that's not surprising to hear at all. I'm going to keep my eyes on this story to see how it all develops. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
It's actually insane. Some of the expressions are actually pretty corny. Some of the pronouncers, but